It's
I
past.
want to ask Myrtle if she would lead us in prayer tonight.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this beautiful day. And Lord, we just thank you for your Son Jesus that you sent to die on the cross for us. Thank you for your many blessings you give us each day and forgive us of our sins. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
You would remain standing with the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I saw an old movie the other day where kids were pledging allegiance and it didn't say under God, and I thought, it sounded so
That's an old
strange.
movie.
Yeah.
And was that added in 53 or so?
I don't know, but it was.
1970.
Just to.
But it was just so strange when I heard it, and it just didn't have that number.
That's true. All right. Everything was recorded. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Brenda, would you go ahead and call the roll for us?
Yes, sir. Mayor,
Here.
Myrtle,
Here.
Eugene,
Here.
Brenda,
Here.
Floyd,
Here.
and Steve.
Here.
You have a whole crew tonight, Mayor.
All right, we're good. Thank you. Okay, if you have a cell phone, please mute or turn it off for the duration of the meeting. And public comments will be taken at the end of the regular business. First order is review the minutes from, I should say, January meeting, not December. That's my error on my agenda. Okay, Brenda, would you go ahead and
Read the minutes.
read the minutes from January?
That's it, turn it off, that's all.
January the 10th, 2017. Mayor Arthur Self called to order the regular meeting of the council at 7 p.m. on January the 10th, 2017 in the town hall. The invocation was given by Myrtle Van Cleek. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Arthur Self, Councilors Myrtle Van Cleek, Eugene Kiley, Brenda Lowe, Floyd Philpott, Steve Brewer. The minutes of the December meeting were approved with correction. Motion to approve was made by Brenda Lowe, seconded by Floyd Philpott. Motion carried. The financial reports for December, all accounts in balance. Motion to approve with correction made by Floyd Philpott, seconded by Eugene Kiley. Motion carried. Open issues. The clerk to check with Mr. Sport about the survey. The clerk to check with Jason Ledlow about lights in the meeting room not working and all bulbs have been changed. A discussion concerning law enforcement using the town hall as a rest stop while on duty. A motion to adjourn was made by Floyd Philpott, seconded by Steve Brewer. Motion carried. Adjourned at 7:25 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Brenda Philpott, Town Clerk.
Okay. Any corrections?
Okay, where she said, the minutes of the December meeting were approved with correction. Motion to approve was made by Brenda Lowe. That should be motion was made, to approve, motion was approved with correction, like you did with,
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I just put a letter word in there too much, okay.
Okay.
Last time it was my punctuation, my periods and
it just
commas.
needed to say motion to approve with correction.
I'll change that, okay.
Okay. Any other corrections or comments? All right, do we have a motion to accept with corrections?
I make a motion we accept with corrections.
I'll second.
Steve made the motion, Eugene seconded. All in favor? All right, unanimous. Okay. All right. All right, I'm just gonna read the financial reports. Start with the general fund. Our beginning balance was $13,911.92. Our ending balance was $26,969.46. That's a total of $16,851 in deposits for this month. Primarily business taxes or use tax. Or business tax and franchise payments. Okay. The 4, 5, and 6 account, beginning balance is $8,387.37. And our ending balance is $8,537.68. Okay. All right, the next one is a 2 and 7 account. Beginning balance is $6,361.65. And our ending balance was $6,577.39. And then the last account, capital improvements fund, the beginning and ending balance was $1,750.85.
I hope y'all noticed how much money we had in the general fund. It's the most money we've had since we've been,
That's quite a sum.
now we're gonna have to build a
All right.
fence.
All right, any questions or comments about the financials? We'll have copies for you next month, just didn't get it ready in time. All right, do we have a motion to accept the financial?
I make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Eugene seconded. All in favor? All right, that's unanimous. Okay. Here we have no reports of standing or special committees or from officers. The open items, our survey has been completed and the property lines have been marked. I came up here the other day and took pictures of all the markings for future reference. So,
So they haven't been removed?
no, they're still there.
Gotcha.
So we're going to entertain in a few minutes the parking ordinance to address some of the other issues now that we have an established property line. But that survey has been completed. We haven't got the hard copy yet, but I assume we should have it in the next couple of days.
And he said that he would get the map of where they are and a bill.
Yeah.
So we've not paid him anything yet, so.
Okay. The only other open item is the one bank of lights.
And Jason has been working out of town, and he's gonna come as soon as he gets a
Okay.
chance.
All right.
He's rocking, and I could hear the
Oh,
thought water was dripping or
I
something,
don't
and I
know,
thought,
drip or, okay.
What about our thing up there, Van's supposed to be getting?
well, Van, he said that, Kyle was gonna go buy, however many you have to buy in a bundle, and so I told him that, but he said Kyle would get it for us and put it up, so.
Okay. All right. That's all the open items I had. I do have a new business item. Got an email from Blount County EMA pertaining to an address of 2831 County Line Road. There are currently 2 mobile homes using that driveway and the 2841 address for lots 1 and 2. And they've, apparently the owners requested another address for an additional mobile home on that road. But they say now, with that many mobile homes on one driveway, we are going to need to name that as a private drive, and everyone on it will need to change their addresses. With it being in our town limits, they are requesting that we come up with a name for the road and submit it
Oh,
to
they're
them.
asking us to do the name, okay.
Where is it?
So that's going back towards the four-way stop, the last house before you get to the four-way stop. There's a sheriff.
You know where the tower is?
The actual house.
Down where, toward the tower. Okay.
Yeah, the Tower Road. And I suggest that we submit Tower Road.
I guess the tower will be there from now on.
Well, we can pretend.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
Can't
good
miss
as
it.
any. Better.
Well, when I called Alabama Power for them to get their power turned on, I told them where it was and
No
gave them
offense.
this address of
Don't need
the
to make it one
house.
of them.
And I said, but it's really the
Oh,
mobile homes are down by the cell tower.
Yeah,
So
back
they
toward
didn't
the
have, they
south.
found them, yeah, because they had
3 or 4
addresses
more
on them.
trailers down there on the left before you get to that tower.
Mhm.
Well, whose
Well, there's-
property is that?
I think
Van.
it belongs to
Is it
Van.
Van?
Well, some of it belongs to Van. The one that's at the very back, that young man bought that piece of property and put that last trailer, not the ones on this side, but when you get to the very end there.
Down there on the right, where the fire was at.
Yeah, Van said that young man bought that piece of property, put his trailer on.
Okay. Well, anyway, the EMA is asking us to submit a name.
Any suggestions?
I like
Tower
I like
Road?
Tower
Tower
Road.
Road.
Tower Road sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's good to me.
I mean, it's high enough
It'd
that
be
you can
easy
see the
to
tower.
find. And
All right,
EM,
do
you
we
know,
have a
and
motion
the
to
EMTs
submit?
and.
I make a motion we
Make it
submit.
easy.
I say
Tower
Tower Road.
Road is the name, recommended name, okay?
Does anybody check to see if there's a Tower Road?
They'll
Oh,
tell
they
Yeah,
you.
would
probably.
Not a
check.
county line.
No, I don't think so.
I'm sure they'll come back and say it's already used or we can't use it, they'll let us know.
We
So,
could call it Buddy's Road.
Do what?
no,
Oh,
no,
Buddy.
no.
Well, you know the people up here put a sign by their driveway called it Gator. something.
yeah.
And they just did that
They've
themselves.
never lived.
Tower Road.
Okay, all right.
Lane.
Kelly what?
Arthur Lane.
Arthur.
Arthur Lane.
Arthur Lane.
You know, starts to turn the
Behind,
road.
behind.
Okay, Tower Road. Tower Road, Tower
And now
Lane.
I'm gonna have to contact all of them and get addresses from everybody, right?
Mhm. Well, EMA will assign those.
They'll assign the,
Yeah,
And they'll come
addresses.
out and sign
Good.
the box number.
They will do that.
okay.
All right. On to the next item. We have no petitions, applications, complaints, appeals, or other communications. All right, and then we get down to the last item, which is the parking ordinance. Okay. Let me go ahead and read this. Council's got a copy of it. All right, State of Alabama, Blount County, Town or County line. An ordinance regulating parking along Town Street and adjoining town property in the town limits of County Line, Alabama. This will be ordinance number 2017-001. Whereas the Town of County Line is a municipal organization organized, a municipal cooperation organized under the laws of the state of Alabama. Whereas the town has the right and duty to restrict and control parking along streets and roads within its corporate limits, as the same has a direct impact on public safety. Whereas the town has the right and duty to keep streets passable and to regulate the flow and use of traffic on said streets within the town limits. Whereas the town has a duty to keep town property free from unattended vehicles and cannot allow the same to be occupied by unattended vehicles or other property. Whereas the town has become aware of vehicles being left unattended for extended periods on town property in the public right-of-way along Town Street and adjoining town property. Whereas the town is granted the authority by the Alabama Code 11-43-43, 1975, to regulate and control the subject of this ordinance. Now be it ordained by the Town Council of the Town of County Line, Alabama, as follows. Any unattended vehicle left parked on a public right-of-way along Town Street or any property owned by the town along or adjoining Town Street shall be removed by the town. Any vehicle left for over 5 hours shall be considered unattended. Any such vehicle shall be removed and impounded by the town. Such removal shall be at the expense of the owner of said vehicle or property. All costs, expenses, and fines shall be paid to the town before any of said impound property shall be released. In addition to the cost of removal, the towing fee, the property owner shall pay a fine of $25 as a fine for the violation of this ordinance. The property owner shall be charged a storage fee for each additional day not to exceed $25 per day for each additional day said property remains at designated impound facility. The property owner shall obtain a release from the town clerk stating all fines and costs have been collected by the town before release of said property from impound facility. Any property unclaimed shall be disposed of pursuant to Title 32-13 following the Code of Alabama 1975. Council action approved on blank 2017. Okay, any questions or comments?
So this is just for the town property right here.
I've got a question. What about, should we put some signs up out there that these properties need to be removed?
Well, we can do that once this is,
That's what I'm saying.
we have some,
I think, Mayor, by statute,
we have to give,
this would have to take effect 30, or I think it's 30 days after you adopt it, so there'd be a period of time there, and you probably just, I don't know if you're required by statute, but it'd probably be good to make notification that as of this date, this ordinance will take effect.
Fair warning.
And after that date, anything, item will be removed at the owner's expense.
Okay, there's some extra words in here, did you notice that? That need to be.
Was that,
It's the third one, the town has the,
has a
has a
right?
right, so that needs to be, has a right.
The town has, okay. Has a right,
So
has twice.
Yeah,
It's also covering
and
vehicles
the
on
A
any street,
shouldn't be very,
any town street, yeah, anywhere.
so it should say the town has either the right or has a right, one or the other, but one of the,
Has the right,
so has a should be.
yeah, has a should be removed.
And on the back, where was it?
What is your, question about it?
I thought there was an extra word somewhere else.
Where?
That's what I'm looking for.
You got the first one, there's the third paragraph.
Yeah, the third paragraph, the second has a needs to be removed. You see it?
Currently it says the town has a right. So has a needs to be removed. So that it will read, the town has the right and duty.
On the first page or the second?
First page.
First page.
Third paragraph.
Third paragraph, first page,
1, 2, 3.
where it says the town has the,
a right
And duty.
and duty to keep the streets.
no,
Go back to
the
number seven.
third
The
whereas,
town, yeah, I've got it. The town has
Whereas the town
has a right, so
Yeah.
you got two
Take
has's.
this has
Yeah.
the town has a, take this two
Yeah.
words out.
Has
this
the
one.
right, yeah,
Take that one out too. The town has
a right and duty.
I don't wanna, are y'all saying, they were saying leave
Has
has
the.
the right, and y'all were saying take out has the right.
take out has
Has
a.
a.
Take out the has a,
Mhm.
Yeah, and leave in the has the.
no, leave right there, just has a, take that out.
Okay, just 1, 2, 3, the town has.
No, up here,
I was thinking of.
take has a out.
Okay.
No, go to the second has,
Okay,
take
take
that,
that out.
uh-huh, just black it out. And then black out A. Black the A out.
The town has the right and
So
duty.
here it is. Number 6.
Didn't know we had us an English teacher here making us. We need Sue Francis here.
Oh, Sue don't know. She won't know.
Well, she was a-
She's an English teacher, but she don't spell and do,
No, she doesn't do anything right.
Okay,
do all that.
you get that, Greg?
Well, it sounded pretty good to me, cause I didn't notice the has and the has.
Yeah, on the second page, paragraph number 6. The third word from the end,
As a fine for violation of this ordinance.
take out the,
Cut out the, okay.
okay,
Is it on your computer? You want to go ahead?
So Brenda was an English teacher, huh?
English was my favorite subject.
It was one of
Your
my favorites.
favorite
Okay.
subject?
I love
Alright,
grammar, I love the.
any other corrections that anybody has noticed? All right. What do you think,
Reading off.
what do you think about this ordinance?
I like it.
Okay. Any changes or additions you think we should make to it?
As long as this just pertains to this property here, right?
Okay.
Yeah, right now it's,
How
Yeah.
are we going to, let people know about the ordinance? Or if we don't put signs up, are we
Well,
gonna send out
what
a
I would
newsletter?
propose that we do is first off, if we pass this tonight, 30 days from today, the 31st day from today, will they be our enforcement date? And just write a letter and post on the vehicles that are currently in violation or would be in violation. Post letters on those vehicles, letting them know that as of this date, they will be subject to tow at your expense.
How many adjoining property owners are there?
There's, as far as I know, there's only one, or two. One back here, because I think, I understand that Herman has bought this other piece of property,
This trailer, where this trailer is?
yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
I thought he rented it.
Huh?
I thought he owned it now and he was renting it out.
Who?
I would just send a letter to each
Van.
adjoining property owner.
Yeah, I thought Van owned it.
The
was
van
renting
owns
it.
it.
Because
Yes,
if
I
we
think
put
he's
the-
renting.
If we put
Yeah,
it
this
on
trailer
the
here.
vehicle, they can come back and say, well, I guess it got
Well, I mean,
blown
that's
off
just-
or.
That's just one notice, but yes, we can send, we can find out the registered, according to the, tax records, send a letter to the registered owner of the adjoining properties, which would be, this lot over here across the road, and then anything back on the back side of the property.
Well, it mostly goes to Herman's house and then past that, I think the Blackwoods own all that, so.
Well, I had looked at this at
There's
one
a
point, and had a different, this property was owned by two different people. None of them listed as Herman, but I've been told that Herman has bought that.
Well, it
But
used
this
to own
over
the creek.
here does not,
That's
it's not.
Van.
But you were talking about Herman owning property over here? It-
Herman is on
Town
down
Street
here.
does not own that property on this side though, so that it wouldn't affect whoever. But if it's on
Town Street.
Town Street,
In an abundance of caution, if you think they might be affected, I would send them a letter.
Just because.
Just to let them,
Yeah.
Just because they
I mean,
abut
that'd
up
be
to.
simple enough to do.
well, now I know that Greg used to own some of that property, that behind the Calvert lady that her husband died.
I think he still does.
Well, I thought he had sold it because he had his
Well, we're
porta
not,
johns.
we don't care about back in the
That,
back.
down that far, you just want
How
it
far
right here.
does it
The
go?
property that butts up against the town property.
How far does our part of Town Street go?
Right to the edge, well, I've got pictures in there to show you, but there's a crepe myrtle bush on the other side of Town Street. By the corner, back corner of the fence on the other, what used to be Larry's place. There's a wooden fence back there, but that crepe myrtle's right off that corner. But there's a big old crepe myrtle and the property corner marker is underneath that crepe myrtle.
So it would only be affecting the property right behind here and on the other side.
Well, isn't there a state, something about if you have a junkyard or if you create a junkyard, aren't you supposed to put a
I think
fence up?
it's, there are certain laws, if it's a licensed junkyard, yes.
Well, I doubt it's
Unfortunately-
licensed, it just,
That is his stock right there. That's his.
well, he's got this one and then he's got two in Trafford,
That's
three in
his inventory.
Trafford.
Well, it doesn't really matter
About all
where he's got
that.
property,
Yeah,
that's not the business at
issue,
hand.
I know.
So, but right now, we're talking about this parking ordinance. Unless,
Y'all gonna make him move up, hauling cars off the town street down through there, down toward where he lives?
only back as
Both
far as
sides.
town property goes.
Where it touches town
But,
property, is
but your
that where?
ordinance, excuse me, but I understand the ordinance to say that it's on all town streets,
It would go to the public right of way part
public
of.
right of way of all streets in the town. Does it not really
Town,
include?
town street.
This
Only on
addresses
town street?
Town
Specifically
street
town.
and the property of the town that adjoins it.
Okay, so it doesn't include if up here on
No,
Elm Street and
no, it's just
Rogers or
concerns
someplace
the
like
road
that.
out here.
If those people park their cars on the side of the street and take the wheels off of them and just leave them sitting there for more than 5 hours,
No,
they don't get a ticket.
not until we get a ordinance.
If they're on the right of way, you could address it. But if they're off the right of
Yeah, if
way,
they're on their property, that'd be fine, but if they're on the street right of way,
then you'd have to have a defined right of way for the street too.
yeah.
And with county roads, they either have prescriptive right of way, which would be the back slope of the ditch to the back slope of the opposite ditch,
Right.
or it's 40 feet,
Uh-huh.
unless it's prescribed. 20 feet from the center line each way.
And here it says the town has the right and duty to keep streets passable and to regulate the flow and use of traffic on said streets within the town limits.
That's what I picked up on.
Yeah.
So it would be
if that
all of
whole
town
street down
street.
through there is in the town, then
If
it
he's
should be
blocking-
clear
But
and
again,
passable.
if it's on the right of way,
If they're parking on the right of way, but if they're off the right of way,
yeah.
And there's a 5-hour requirement, it has to be
Yeah.
unattended for 5 hours.
Good. Any other questions or comments about this ordinance?
Are you gonna
Are we ready to
vote on it tonight with the
Is
correction?
that a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that we vote on this ordinance.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, we have to have a motion to accept on first reading
With correction.
with the corrections.
I'll make a motion that we accept on first reading with the corrections.
Okay, I second it.
Okay? You get that, Brenda?
A motion to accept on the first reading
Right, with corrections.
with correction.
Steve made the motion,
And
Lloyd
I
seconded.
think, Mayor, you need to put in your motion too, to be effective 30 days from the date of approval.
Okay.
On first, wait a minute now, we got a motion to accept on first reading
With corrections,
with corrections.
to go into effect 30 days upon approval.
Thirty days after approval?
Correct.
And make it March 11th.
All right.
Now, we go on the date
Yeah,
of the
we-
first reading?
Mhm.
I mean, does that?
Well, we have to entertain to accept it on the first reading first,
Okay.
okay? All right, the motion that we have on the table is to accept on the first reading with corrections to go into effect 30 days after approval.
Right. That's
All
what I
right,
thought.
all in favor, please. All right, it is unanimous, yes. Now we can entertain the passage and acceptance of the ordinance. It is it's one of the Robert's Rules of Orders, you have to get the, a unanimous approval on first reading, you vote on it. So we've done that. All right, now do we have a motion to accept with the corrections to go into effect 30 days from today?
I'll make a motion that we accept it with corrections. 30 days after we accept it.
All right. Floyd seconded.
Oh, I didn't get who did the first one. You did the first one. You
Yes.
made the motion.
And Floyd is
Vote
second.
for this one too.
Steve and Floyd, huh?
Right. All right,
They're the bad guys, okay.
all right, all in favor?
Okay, y'all did the
All right,
second motion,
unanimous.
I mean, the second thing, okay.
You're making it easy on you.
The ordinance has been approved by unanimous vote.
Can I ask a question while Rick's on here? In order to just ask, and he won't appreciate it. Try to keep my husband from being shot by anybody. Can we have an off-duty policeman put the, if we're gonna hand deliver them to cars?
We just put them in the mail.
Okay, good.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
you
deliver.
told me I thought you were gonna go out there and put them on the cart, and I
I
thought,
think he was probably gonna let me do that.
No, if we need to, we'll enlist
We'll
the
gang up
sheriff's
and
office.
do it.
I would use the United States mail, if anything, maybe certified,
Certified
Yeah,
letters,
right.
yeah.
so that way you
And
have proof that
suggest
notice was.
certified.
I just have to get everybody's address, certified letters,
Okay.
but that's the way to send it.
we should have it, because we've sent out newsletters and.
I'm telling you, half of those came back.
Now, I do, to follow up on the ordinance, that, now that we have that in place, I do want to bring something to the council to get their approval, about putting, I don't really want to put a chain link fence along the property line, but I would like to see at least a cabled run, steel post every 10 feet with a steel cable run through the post to outline the property.
Well, I make a
Particularly the back.
motion, we do that, put up something to keep that stuff out.
Well, just to
But
show that we
along with putting it across the back property line, I would also like to do the perimeter of the parking lot to keep people from driving through the parking lot, through the grass.
So you're gonna put it down by where our property is, by the town street?
Well, I would like to see, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't want to go to the expense of a chain link fence, but if we can get some steel post cemented into the ground with a, you know,
Something
1/4
larger
inch,
than a
3/8
barbed
inch.
wire, right, yeah.
cable
Not
run
barbed
through the
wire.
post, just to establish our property line.
Can we get some bids on how much that costs?
That's what I want to get the estimate, I
Okay.
want to get approval to get estimates on it. But also, I'd like to, like I said, see the perimeter of our parking lot do the same thing. Just to keep vehicles from driving through our parking lot across the yard.
I make a motion that we allow that to be done.
Okay. We have a motion
I'll second it.
to acquire estimates. Floyd made the motion,
I'll second it.
Brenda seconded. All in favor? All right, it's unanimous.
Estimates for a fence.
Yeah, do we know anybody that does that business?
Probably, I'll call some fence companies. I'm sure that somebody can do it. Shouldn't,
Alabama guardrail does it. Alabama guardrail.
they might be able to do that single strand. Just, like I said, it doesn't have to be much, it's just a visual reference. This is our town
They got it
property.
all.
Yeah, they would have that cable readily, Alabama guardrail would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, you know, maybe
It'd be
a
easy
1/4
for
inch,
anybody.
3/8 of an inch. Steel cable.
That's, I priced some down at Lowe's the other day, that's a little pricey, that cable is.
Well, it's strong.
It's strong.
All right,
Yeah, it's got-
along those same lines, to
Did we vote on that motion?
Yes,
Yes.
it was unanimous,
Okay.
unanimous. One of the other things that I had suggested is that we need some kind of barrier across the back here to kind of block off, all that junk from the from the view from the road. I don't wanna put up a privacy fence, cause that's just too expensive, and the upkeep would be ongoing. But, I understand that, Ely Agnes,
Who?
Ely Agnes Bush.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Who is Elkie?
I have never,
Her name.
ever heard that word for a bush.
She lives at 11 Green Acres Boulevard.
Anyway, Ely Agnes grows rapidly and it grows together.
Is that what's what in the backyard?
That's what the
Oh,
mother had across her back, and you can't.
You're not
get
gonna go
it.
through
And
it
you can't
easy.
get rid of it, and you can't get through it, huh?
No, it
Spread
intertwines.
though,
Hmm?
I mean, would it spread everywhere else?
Maybe that's
No,
the reason
it's-
I've never seen it.
It's
It's
pretty
not
much
too
an upright bush, but they will grow together.
They get
But they don't-
tall. They just grow up and kind of fill in
Real
quick.
big. And you
Yeah,
can't
it's not
hardly
like
cut them with a
bamboo.
bush hog. I know, 'cause I'm really bush hog.
And I understand that they do grow rapidly,
Well, that's.
It wouldn't take but a couple of years
yeah.
for them to get up to where they begin to do some
I'd
good.
like to also have permission from the council to at least inquire on that.
I'd like to make a motion.
And the guy down here on 79,
Love,
Loves,
Love, uh-huh.
I'm gonna make a motion.
contact him, see what he can do for us.
I'm gonna make a motion.
Stephen Floyd making a motion to get the bush,
Okay.
whatever that's called.
We have a
I won't
motion
get
and a
offended.
second, all in favor?
His mama's name was
All right, that's unanimous. All right. The council have anything else?
Now you need to get security cameras
Well, I'm
to
I'm
find
glad
out
y'all
who cuts
explained
the
that to
trees
me.
down.
Since we're in the business of
Well,
ordinance, we're gonna get us an ordinance for junk cars and people's property.
That's a sticky one.
you need to get this over with first.
Hmm?
You need to get this put
Yes,
out
over,
first.
Yeah.
over with first.
Yeah,
Put this file out first.
well, this one, this will be at least one of the biggest eyesores and, but we'll have to address it later. But, I can tell you now that if we try to regulate what people have in their yards, we're gonna have a fight on our hands.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
time.
yeah.
The second problem you have with that is enforcement.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, at
When you're
least-
removing stuff from public right of way or the town's property, that's pretty clean. But
Personal.
when stuff is on somebody's personal property, you have to have a nuisance abatement ordinance, but you also have to have a mechanism. You almost have to have a municipal court to be able
To do that.
to administer it.
Yeah, people get real picky about it.
County,
They've done it all.
and you do it in both, in two counties potentially. So the county's not really excited about nuisance abatement ordinances for cities. So you almost have to have your own municipal court and enforcement division like a town inspector or something. I go through the same issue with town of Morris. And, it's, the enforcement of it becomes the problem.
When you
Yeah.
gonna run for judge? You gonna
No,
go for judge?
Next time.
I knew I'd catch you.
Yeah, I know that,
Mayor, I think the clerk's out of order.
Court in the
I
court.
know that, several months ago, a lot of people showed up because they thought we were going to address a nuisance ordinance for that particular reason. And, I got a lot of feedback from a lot of people in town.
Negative too.
Negative, that, that's why they move out here,
Yep,
is to have a little privacy and,
Space.
And they don't have to
Space.
answer if they wanna
yeah.
burn
And I don't
trash.
care what's in people's yards,
Well, if we could get that Mordecai fella that lives in Green Acres to quieten down a little
I
bit.
know, he's wild.
He just, I mean, he just messes with the whole neighborhood,
I
don't he?
know.
Right next door to you.
Yeah.
Lives right next door to me.
If y'all could get his wife out of here, he'd quieten down.
okay. All right, we have anything else, as far as the council goes?
Let me get my notes here. I know somebody's gonna, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna pass this, let me go ahead and pass this copy around. And today is
Sign
the
Will it need
13th.
to be corrected before we sign?
Well, we got, this copy has been marked as such with the corrections. But, so that we have a document. 13th, maybe not 12th. Down there, we'll have a signed document, and then when we get a corrected document, we can re-sign it. But we'll have a dated copy to go forward with.
I just didn't see it.
Any questions or comments from,
I got two questions for you. Since you're in business making ordinance, what about a garbage burning ordinance?
a garbage?
Burning ordinance,
We just talked about that.
household garbage.
Same
It's being
thing.
burnt right up here about every week. You got the dump done away with, so it look like you could do something with that. 'Cause I followed a truck in up the other day, all the way back to back of a trailer park. Next day, smoke was boiling up, I went back and it was burning.
I saw that.
They was mattresses, everything you think of, couches, recliners, everything. And she ain't no better to pay a garbage service than me and you are. If we haul it to Mount Olive, we pay $20.
Mhm.
You're talking about the toys, the trailer
Jones,
park,
yeah,
Jones.
Jones Park, yeah.
But as long as there's not a, no burn ordinance, I mean,
Hey, Brent,
if
Brent.
they wanna burn, I guess they can burn.
Yeah, but household
Well, I have
garbage,
to
that's
check
a
with-
different.
Might need to check with the health department, depending on what they're burning. It could be a health hazard.
Yeah.
If they're burning,
Well, they were doing that over here on Smith Mill Road, and the fire department was out there when the burn ordinance was in effect, you know, to
Yeah.
not be burning and,
Cause they were mattresses, anything you wanted in that household garbage. Cause they hauled it from one trailer park up to the other one, and they put everything in it.
well, I talked to the fireman up there, cause I went to see what it was. I was hoping it was the other place, but anyway.
Don't get so lucky.
yeah,
And they just said they're getting tired of it, so.
I don't know, we'd have to, it would, again, enforcement would be our biggest issue. We can have ordinances, but, we have to be able to enforce it.
Hand me that back.
Now, we might,
Hand me that back.
Jefferson County may be, and
Well, he should go
depending
through
on
the
how
deed.
deep in there
He's gonna give
it
it to me
was,
to file.
it's probably on Jefferson County side.
Right at the very end.
So that would be more than likely Jefferson County might contact, we may have to contact them to find out what kind of burning restrictions they have in place.
I was told they gonna condemn it anyway. Mr. Mayor, got another suggestion, and I know we have a lot of elder people live in our community. Why couldn't somebody, when I come to town, let somebody come in and do a CPR class or first aid class?
Check with, I know in West Blunt Fire District there puts on CPR classes periodically throughout the year. I think they charge like $5 a person to do it.
$5
That's just for the cost of the supplies to do it.
for about $25. They furnishing everything. My nephew teaches over at West Blunt. He had a class over about 2 weeks ago. He's state certified.
Well, I mean, if we can arrange something, and if we could get the community to become involved and take the class, by all means, we definitely make the facilities available.
Mr. Mayor, what happened to or you what happened to the thing about us gonna get the Jefferson County and the Blount County police?
Oh, that,
Still
our
working on
deputy
it.
has been transferred to a new district.
They've been,
Michael
Michael got transferred,
Yeah.
Or
oh,
he transferred to Clay. I'm gonna get with him about his replacement. I've talked to the Warrior Police that come out here, and the judge in Blount County is getting me the officer that works Blount County this area. So, once I can get with all three of them to set a day, and then
To
we'll,
come and meet.
right, then y'all will have to do a meeting,
Special
Yeah.
council meeting.
right.
okay, well, that's good, that's good.
Mr. Mayor, you're talking about getting an officer. I don't know whether you've been contacted or not, but City of Morris is fixing to turn their whole police department over to Jefferson County. And Trafford is considering turning theirs over to Warrior.
They,
That might help us in a situation, you know.
They've been hiring one guy from Morris already, Trafford has.
Mhm.
And they've been parking both cars over at the Warrior Police.
So there's not somebody in Trafford now? There's not a?
Not
There's two deputies that work Trafford.
But they're Warrior deputies.
Right, they're Warrior that come, they work part-time at Trafford.
Okay.
There was
Well,
one part
our
that we
intention
heard
was to-
the other day.
Make town hall available to the deputies in this area for their use as a comfort station.
Yeah, to go use a restroom, make some coffee, drink some coffee, whatever, get out of their cars for a few minutes, so.
And
But it's gonna be
I found one of those, you can buy a K-cup machine for less than, I think it's about $49 or $39
Really?
at Walmart.
Really?
Really inexpensive, but it's, you know, single serving type thing.
Yeah.
But you can also buy the little adapter or a little cup, reusable
Reuse,
cups.
put
So
your own
put your
coffee.
own coffee in. So it helps reduce the cost, but still,
Yeah, I have one of
a
those.
K-cup would be a good thing to have on hand if we do allow.
So just let them make a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that way they can just make a cup of coffee, don't have to worry about the pot being left on, things like
That's a
that.
good idea.
That
So-
is good.
But
So you can get an inexpensive K-cup and a coffee pot with a timer on it where it's shut off by itself. They're almost
That's
the same
ideal.
price.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it would be nice because it also makes it look like we have a law presence
Mhm.
in the town all the time, one
Yeah.
way or another. I mean, I'm so glad Michael's got that, even at his driveway, that he's, there, visible, going down County Line Road. But
okay. All right.
Mr. Mayor, how many people would you have to consider to have a class taught?
I don't know, I imagine they have a minimum number that they would like to have to make it worthwhile for the instructor.
You need to talk to
Like Mr. Reeves talking about West Blunt, my nephew's been away for about 2 or 3 different times. He's been teaching down at Cellford. He's been teaching, he's now he's on the Birmingham hazmat now, working with the state on hazmat. And when he gets through, you get certified through him statewide. I have a niece and I have a sister that teaches it too. I mean, they don't make nothing off of it, actually.
Like I said, more than willing, and I'm sure the council will
Well,
agree with me, to make the town hall available for that kind of training.
Ask them and find out.
If they want to do it, then they need to contact
Yes,
the town and
Your
let them
question?
know when they
Okay.
can do it and let them put up something.
Then my nephew teaches.
Well,
at
I would
St.
think that
Mary's.
whoever holds the classes would determine how many people could come at a
Well,
time.
they could,
Yeah.
Be on the
if we
first
find out
come,
what a
first served
minimum number
basis.
is, maybe we can put out fillers in the community, see who would be interested in taking the CPR class. Is that?
Be a good thing to have out here, cause there's so many
Mhm.
people, getting elderly. Like the last heart attack I had, warrior paramedics come, took care of me. Dad himself didn't show up.
Yeah, well,
And they good about showing up now, don't misunderstand me, but they was in the time of doing some changing.
okay.
Well, can you check with your nephew to find out how many
Well,
If y'all want me to find out how many it needs to be,
would be?
Mr. Reed might can tell you. Did you go to that last class they had at Mountain Brook?
I haven't to the last one. I know they taught one especially for the nursing home people in Hayden, a lot of
Yeah,
their
right.
employees. I don't know if they have a minimum number. I would say it'd probably be at least 5, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just to make it worth their while. One-on-one wouldn't be a very effective use of the time or
Well, one
space.
time it's, and too, yeah, all the time it takes to get here, it doesn't have to come back.
Yeah,
You need
Well,
a few.
if y'all want me to call my nephew, niece, and my sister, when I will, that's up to y'all.
yeah. If you can find out, if he's willing, how many he needs, and then we can address it and see if we can't generate enough interest for it. Yeah. All right.
Wait a minute, you're not
Okay,
ready to go yet,
anything
you haven't turned
else?
yet, y'all haven't made a motion to do that.
Well, I'm ready to make the motion.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
All right, Floyd made the motion, Eugene seconded, all in favor?
And what time is it?
Unanimous? It is 8, I got 8:04.
Well, I'm just gonna put 8 o'clock.
This meeting is adjourned, thank you very much for coming.